The Suns are on the chopping block. Do the honors.
The Suns, man, I'm speechless. They're so bad. I mean, you trade for Bradley Beal. Worst trade in history, by the way. Worst trade in history. The guy was owed
in history. That's crazy.
In history, yeah. He was owed $50 million this year, 55 or 50 the next year, 55 the year after, 57 the year after
No
that.
trade
And the
clause.
guy had one good year where he averaged 30 points per game.
And no trade
who was
clause.
that with?
Russell Westbrook.
Who was getting him open. And then what were his stats when Westbrook left? 22, 7, and 5.
Can't shoot the three.
He didn't really do anything. He shot 34% from 3.
Yep.
I'm just baffled that anyone would give him his north of 30, right? Like almost getting right, like giving him all this money. Doesn't really do anything. I would much rather have that $50
Injured
million.
a lot too.
Hold on, I would much rather have that $50 million to go get like even a dude like a Spencer Dinwiddie.
No,
and he's not even that great. Well, wouldn't you rather have like 4 Dinwiddie? Okay, 2 Gabe Vincents or Bradley Beal.
Okay.
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 OG
Anunoby. I'd rather
go get an OG Anunoby.
They could have traded or Siakam.
They
could have traded for both of those guys.
Yeah, could have traded for Siakam. Siakam, KD, and Book would have won that series probably. I mean, Siakam
or Anunoby too.
Anunoby.
Even a point guard. If they got James Harden, they could have traded for James Harden. I know he wanted to go to the Clippers, but like,
it was available. But you know what?
There's so many more options.
I mean, I'm
on the chopping block.
There, look at deep in there, man. Like, pause.
Hey, that's the dagger that Anthony Edwards hit against them in Game 4 to sweep them right there. This is right here.
Yeah, this is Michael Jordan right here. This is Michael Jordan's son. Look, it's like tiny. It's like little Michael Jordan. And the big Michael Jordan would be like the bigger knife, which we'll get next.
Long way to say. They have a lot of guys on the chopping block, not just Bradley Beal, like Frank Vogel. Matt Ishbia. Matt Ishbia is contributing a lot to this.
What about the story that came out that he doesn't know what he's doing? And it's
right,
like a
that's what I'm
circus.
saying. It's crazy that all these hit pieces come out as soon as they lose. It's like
they're coming
it's
back.
like Shams had it in his
They're coming out on the
drafts.
Lakers too. They're coming out on the Lakers. They'll come out on the Lakers. They'll come out on the Clippers. They'll come out. Whoever's eliminated.
Relax.
They'll come.
On
Don't
Luka.
you want them to come out on the Clippers?
I do.
I don't. It doesn't matter.
I want
Round
the
1,
juicy
round
stuff.
2, round 3. They need to make changes. Paul George.
Well, there were rumors, and this is the other thing, is that the Clippers, when they were up 35-4 on the Suns in the regular season, it crippled their team.
Yeah,
like that's
Bones
what
Highland.
broke
Was
their
that the
team.
Bones Highland
No.
game?
That was when they played in Phoenix, and like people were rolling their eyes at Frank Vogel in the locker room. That's really bad. Do you think he comes back?
No, but Bradley Beal was asked, "Do you think Vogel should return as a coach?" And he said, "I think Vogel's a good coach," and didn't answer it. So. If immediately, if you don't say yes, he's out.
Some thought. That's what
you can't trade Beal. No one wants him. You're stuck with him. Grayson Allen, you just signed to a massive extension. They have no money left.
That's what I'm saying. They can't send any players to the MLE. They can't send any players up to the second apron.
We can do. Trade KD.
Well, yeah, but who's going to take on that?
Who's going to trade for KD?
Are the Thunder going to trade J-Dub?
The Lakers would trade 3 first-round picks and Max
And you think
Christie
Phoenix takes that package?
I mean, they're not going to go anywhere.
Well, that's what I mean.
So you might as well, right? Like if that's your best offer, you get 3 unprotected
the 17th pick this
picks.
year, and then some future capital. Okay, I guess I could see it.
And you get Rui,
so just keep Booker. Well, Beal's not going to request a trade because he has a no trade clause. He's making $50 million a year.
Yeah, Booker you could, but that's another like.
They're not going to trade
Where
Booker.
do you go? Yeah, Booker's your franchise guy, right? Like he's actually like KD's like north of 35.
Yep.
Like you got to trade him.
There's limited options to what you can trade.
Well, because KD could still be like I wouldn't say at LeBron's level over the next few years, but at least 27 a game.
That's pretty
25
good.
a game.
That's
like
really good.
no, he could still do it. Like he's just not going to be the same defender anymore.
No.
Which is why he's on the chopping block. And it's really sad for Kevin Durant because it's really it is and it isn't, right? We don't feel sorry for him because of what he did going to the Warriors and then like leaving, and now he hasn't done anything since. But it's also in the sense like the dude. I don't know why I'm even touching that right now, but the dude was. It's hard for me to say, but he was balling in that series against Minnesota. He was. His team was horrible, and if that's what.
But even he said like they're not using me right. Like I was just in the corner.
But listen. Last thing we'll say here: if Booker's scoring 50 in an elimination game, basically, and Durant has 30+, and you lose. What is the upside?
They didn't play. They don't have defense, and they don't have a point
guard. That's why they got Frank Vogel.
They don't have a good
play
roster.
defense.
Chopping block.